Good morning, students. We have seen about the vectors and different types of vectors also we have seen, and the enzymes, restriction endonuclease, and then the plasmid, the properties of the vector and what are the properties, all these things, and also different types of cleavage, sticky ends, blunt ends, DNA ligase, alkaline phosphatase, the different types of enzymes, how they break the bond of the DNA, and then the vectors, what are the uses of the vectors, what is the meaning of the vector, small DNA molecule capable of self-replicating, and it is used as a carrier of the transporter of DNA fragment. It is also called as cloning vector, and then different types of vectors are cloning vector and expression vectors. And we have seen the properties of the vector. It should be small in size, it should have the origin, and it should have the marker, and it should have target sites. If it is having more than one, it is called as multiple cloning sites. And the features, it should have origin, selectable marker, and cloning sites. Then we have seen the plasmid. Here the extra chromosomal self-replicating circular DNA and the different types of plasmids and what are the uses of plasmids, TA plasmids, all these things we have seen in the previous classes. Now we will see how this plasmid is going to enter and what are the features of the host. Host means where the vector is going into, that is called as the host. It should be a competent host. Competent means what? It should be capable to hold the vector. To hold the vector, it should be competent. There are the type of the host depends upon the cloning experiment. If it is of the different type of cloning, different types of vectors are used. For example, mostly the vector that is most commonly used is E. coli. The type of the host cell depending upon the cloning experiment. So E. coli is the most widely used organism that is the genetic vector. And why they are choosing the E. coli as the vector? Why we are choosing so it has got some advantages to select as a vector, because it is very easy to handle and it can grow and can accept the wide range of vectors, and also it is studied for safety. And one more thing, the E. coli is preferred as a host cell. To be the preferred as a host cell is that because it can grow and a growing condition is it will grow and divide in 20 minutes. Every 20 minutes the cells will divide. That is the reason E. coli is selected. Next we will move to why, how it is done. How the E. coli is transformed, how the vectors are transformed into the E. coli. The DNA is an hydrophilic. It is a hydrophilic molecule. Since the DNA is an hydrophilic, it cannot directly pass into the cell membrane. It cannot directly pass through the cell membrane. So it cannot directly pass. So what we are doing is, in order to force the bacteria to take up the plasmid, the bacterial cell should be first be competent. It should be competent. Competent means what? It should be capable to take up the DNA. And this is done by how it can be done, how it can be performed. This can be done by treating it can be done by treating them with a specific concentration of the divalent cation such as the calcium. In that concentration, what we are taking is calcium. Here the recombinant DNA is forced to enter into the cell, and then the cells are incubated with the DNA on ice. First it is incubated with the rDNA on ice, then 42-degree heat shock is given, then again it is kept in the ice. This is a treatment. The rDNA is forced, the recombinant DNA can be forced into cells by incubating them on the ice, and then giving heat shock of 42 degree and then putting them on the ice. This enables the bacteria to take up the recombinant DNA. And one more thing which I have to tell is here only the eukaryotic E. coli is preferred, because it is functionally active protein and it should fold properly, and post-translational modification should also occur. But this is not possible in the prokaryotic E. coli. It can be done only with the eukaryotic E. coli. What are the methods of gene transfer? How the genes is transferred? The next step, the recombinant DNA has to be generated, is to be introduced into the host cell. It has to be introduced into this. There may be methods, different methods. These methods are, there are two types of OMS method. One is the direct method and the other is the indirect method. In indirect method, what we are doing is, in direct method, the transfer, the foreign gene of the interest is delivered into the host cell without the help of the vector. In direct method, no vector is used. In direct method, no vector is used. Here, what are the methods are? The chemical mediated gene transfer. First one is the chemical mediated gene transfer. Here, what we are taking is the chemical is polyethylene glycol. Polyethylene glycol, that is nothing but PEG. Polyethylene glycol and dextran sulfate. This will induce the DNA into the plant protoplast. So the chemical is, what is the chemical we are taking? Polyethylene glycol and dextran sulfate. And next is microinjection. In microinjection, the DNA is directly injected into the nucleus using the fine tip noodle, using the fine tip glass noodle or a micropipette to transform it into the plant cell. Okay. And then the protoplasts are immobilized and they are not made to move on a solid support, and they are held with the pipette under the suction. So, see, in microinjection, the DNA is injected into the nucleus using the fine tip. It should be very sharp and it should be fine. Fine means what? It should be very sharp. The glass needle is used to transform into the plant cell. How means they are made to immobilize. They are not made to move. And then they are holded with the pipette under the suction. Next method is electroporation method. Electroporation method means, in this electroporation, what is that? Current is given. How they are given? A pulse of high voltage is applied to the protoplast and the pores are formed. Through that pores, the DNA is injected. Okay. Next is liposuction. Liposome mediated method of gene transfer. The next is called as liposome mediated method of gene transfer. It is also called as liposuction. This method is also called as liposuction. Here, what we are doing is, the artificial phospholipid vesicles are used. Here, what is used? The artificial phospholipid vesicles are used. The gene or the DNA that is transferred is from the liposome into the, now it is transferred into the vacuole of the plant. First, the DNA is from the liposome, it is transformed into the vacuole cell. Then it is carried out by the encapsulated DNA. It is carried out by the encapsulated DNA into the vacuole. This technique is more advantageous. Why it is advantageous? Because in other technique, the DNA is damaged by the acidic pH. But whereas here, since it is encapsulated means what? It is covered. So it is not damaged by the acidic pH. The liposome and the tonoplast. The liposome and the tonoplast of the vacuole fusion resulted in the gene transfer. That is called as liposuction. I repeat one more time. This is a liposome mediated method of gene transfer. Here, artificial phospholipid vesicles are used. There, the DNA or the DNA from the liposome are transformed into the vacuole and then to the cell. The DNA is encapsulated inside the vacuole. This is advantageous because it is not affected by the acidic pH. And liposome and the tonoplast of the vacuole fusion resulted in the gene transfer. That is known as liposuction. That is called as liposuction. And next is biolistics. Biolistics means here the foreign DNA are used. Foreign DNA is coated. Foreign DNA here, the thing that is going to get transferred into the cells, these are coated with, these are coated with the gold or tungsten, and they are bombarded. Bombarded means they are dashed, they are hit into the tissues using the gun. The DNA that is coated with gold or tungsten or it is bombarded into the tissue using the gun. It might be a particle gun or a gene gun or a micro projectile gun or shotgun. Okay, the other names, these are the other names for the gun. Particle gun, it might be a gene gun or micro projectile gun or shotgun. Now the cells, they are cultured on the selected medium to regenerate the plants for the transferred cells. Next is the indirect method. In indirect method, the gene transfer is with the help of the plasmid vector. Since it is with the help of the plasmid vector, that is called as indirect. In direct method, no vector is used. Here, the plasmid vector is used. Among the various plasmids, the one that is famous is TI plasmid, that is Agrobacterium tumefaciens. We have seen this because this is a tumor causing vector. This bacterium is also has a very large plasmid, size of very big, and it is known as TI plasmid. It induces tumor, and the portion of this tDNA is transferred into the plant genome and in the infected cell and causes plant tumors. Since the bacterium has natural ability to transfer the DNA, its plasmids into the plant genome upon the infection of the cell at the wound site, it is called as the natural genetic engineer of plants. Natural genetic engineer of plants. So this is the Agrobacterium tumefaciens. It causes tumor, induces tumor. That's all about the indirect vector mediated gene transfer. Next, what is the next step that we are going to see is screening. How we are going to screening means we have to know which is the rDNA, which is the new one that is produced. We should screen that. That is done by the blue-white colony selection method. This we'll see in the next class. Before that, I'll recap the class what we have taken today. The competent host. The host should be competent. Competent means what? It should be capable of holding the new DNA or new recombinant DNA. The most widely used this thing is E. coli, because it is easy to handle and grow and can accept a wide range of vectors, and it's very safety, and the cells divide in 20 minutes. Next, it is an hydrophilic. How it is done? Since the DNA is hydrophilic, it cannot directly pass through the cell membrane. What we are doing is we are going to force it into the bacteria and to take up the plasmid and to make up the competent. This is done by how we are doing this is by treating them in the specific concentration of the divalent cations such as calcium, and this recombinant is forced into the cells and incubated on the ice. Then 42-degree heat shock is given and again replaced in the ice. There are different methods of gene transfer. One is the direct method and the other is the indirect method. In direct method, no vector is used. There are different types of direct method. One is chemical. Here the chemical used is polyethylene glycol, that is, and then dextran sulfate. In micro injection, that is a different method. Injection means what? Directly the DNA is injected into the cell with the help of the fine tipped glass needle or the pipette. Next is or micropipette. Next is electroporation. Electroporation method of gene transfer. Here a pulse of high voltage is applied to the protoplasm and the pores are created. Through that the DNA enters. Next is liposome. Here liposome is artificial phospholipid vesicles are used. Here the gene in the form of liposome will enter into the vacuole, and then it is entering into the cells. This encapsulated DNA into the vacuole. So this is advantageous because the DNA is not affected by the acidic pH. Here the liposome and the tonoplast of the gene transfer fusion of the vacuole that results in the gene transfer. Gene transfer is known as lipofection. And next is the biolistic. Biolistic is the foreign DNA is coated with the a little amount of gold or tungsten, and then it is bombarded into the tissue using the gun. The gun names are particle gun, gene gun, microprojectile gun or shotgun. Next is the indirect method. Indirect method means the direct plasmid vector is used. In indirect method, plasmid vectors are used. The most commonly used is Agrobacterium tumefaciens, which causes tumor. It's also called as TI. Then now it is called as the tDNA. The transfer DNA is transferred in the plant genome in the infected cells and causes plant tumors. And this is the natural. This is called as the natural genetic engineer of plants. That's all about the gene transfer. Next thing we'll see later.